So you want to set up your own garden at home, but you're wondering where to start? If you're anything like me, when I started, I actually went out and bought plants. Yes, plants are essential, but there are a few things you must have even before you go out plant shopping. Your shopping list should start with planters. Planters are really important. These are containers in which you can grow your plant. In urban cities, when you're growing plants in your balcony, in terrace, or even when you bring plants indoors, you would need a container in which your plant can grow. A typical pot or a planter is the most popular choice for indoor gardening. As the seasons change, you may have to move your plants around your house so that they can thrive. These pots will make moving around much easier. It will be a breeze. Now in the market, you will find many types of planters available. Sometimes it can really get overwhelming or confusing. My suggestion is for decorative plant use, get terracotta, ceramic or metal planters. Here I have a metal planter as well. So these are mostly the kind that you would find along with the ceramics. Now, if you do not have a lot of money, if your budget is low, I would say go for plastic containers. You also get concrete containers, but they get very heavy. They're very difficult to move around. Instead, actually, you can get a grow bag. When you're growing veggies, when you're on a budget, grow bag is a great choice. Any planter you choose for your plant, it should allow water to drain out. Notice there are drainage holes here. So any kind of planter that you bring in, there should be drainage holes at the bottom for the water to come out. For growing plants, some sort of a solid matrix is really important. For that reason, we use soil. And for a soil to have high quality, there are two things important: drainage and fertilizer. Now, when you're growing succulents, they don't need a lot of fertilizer, but when you're growing vegetables, they need a lot of fertilizer. For vegetables, you also need good drainage. The water should immediately come out. Additionally, whatever fertilizer you're using, it should be rich in nutrition because they're very heavy feeders. For most of the indoor plants, you can use a soil mix that has perlite in it, coco peat and compost. This is kind of a universal mix. It will work for all kinds of plants. As I discussed in the last segment briefly about fertilizer, all I want you to know is that all gardening soil contains nutrients. As plants grow, they absorb those nutrients from the soil, and you need to replenish those nutrients. So to restore those nutrients, we add some sort of a fertilizer. You can mix some fertilizer or compost into soil once a month. Here I have this soil which has a good amount of fertilizer in it or compost in it, and you can see it's quite black in color. This means that there's a lot of organic matter in the soil. In fact, you also get vermicompost in the market. Here I have vermicompost. Vermicompost is nothing, a khad or compost that is prepared with earthworms. It is quite nutritious. I stress upon it a lot because if you're growing veggies at home, it is really important. I think I've said this like multiple times in this video. But in market, you get two kinds of khad, organic khad. One is just compost, which is from kitchen waste. And then there's vermicompost, which is kitchen waste khad, but it is made from earthworms. So you can choose whatever depending on the kind of plant you're growing. Now, this is for people who already have a bunch of plants. If you're completely new, don't go and buy this out. First, grow a bunch of plants, and when you start facing issues, you would want to go out and find some sort of a neem derivative for your plants. So pests, insects, they can suck out life from your plants. And neem manure or neem based compost is a great idea to protect your plants. You can mix a handful of neem based manure in the soil for protection from any kind of pests or insects. Here I have two kinds of neem derivatives. This is neem powder. The texture is quite different from that of neem manure. You can use any one of them. In fact, even when your plants are not infected by them, you can just add this to the soil, and it is like a precautionary thing that you're doing for a healthy growth of your plants. A trowel is a small gardening tool that is quite handy when you are growing any kind of plant. So here I have three kinds of options. So this is a typical trowel. This is more like a jugaad trowel. And this is the one that comes with the bonsai set or for kids. After watering the plants a few times, it so happens that it becomes compact. So you can loosen the soil with a trowel like this. This might harm the roots on the superficial level, but it's completely okay. When the soil becomes compact, it's a sign that the roots are not getting enough air. You can prevent this by mixing an inch deep layer of coco peat in this loosened topsoil. This list that I've mentioned of what you need for your plants is not exhaustive. It does not include everything you may need, but it covers the basics with minimum investment, the maximum output that you can get from your gardening. I hope this video helps. Do remember to check out our other videos in the same series of basic gardening. Thank you so much for watching.